Years ago, in a Theremin forum, I wrote that one of my personal goals was to get to the point where I stopped trying to play the theremin and allow the theremin to play me. The general response from a few people was, "What, are you kidding? You must be joking." Far from it. Far from it. Think of all the jazz musicians, classical musicians, any kind of musicians who describe a state of mind or a state of being that they call being in the zone or just being in the moment. I like to refer to it as just the complete free flow of musical ideas with the composition with what you're doing. And we tend to think, well, wow, I sure hope I can get to that point. We look at it as an end result. And as is the case with so much about the theremin, the exact opposite is true. You want to give yourself the experience of playing without trying, because once you have felt that, once you can experience it, it becomes part of you. And then it begins to enter into all areas of your playing. You begin to be able to recognize it. Many times you'll be working on something and it just happens for a fleeting little moment, but you recognize it and you know that it's possible. So, how do you give yourself the direct experience of playing without trying if you have to try to do it? Well, I think it's safe to say that everybody that's watching this video has tasted chocolate. Now, we've all tasted it. How difficult do you think it would be, even though we've tasted chocolate, to describe how chocolate tastes to someone who's never had it? Now, how much more difficult would it be to describe the taste of chocolate to someone else if you have never tasted it? That's why it's so important to have the experience of playing without trying. It will impact every aspect of your playing, and you'll know what it feels like. So here is one way of being able to give yourself the direct experience of playing without trying right now. Here's the first exercise in this series. It's very mechanical, and that's the simple part. The more difficult part is your mindset. I want you to be really honest with yourselves. Anytime during the exercise that you feel as if you're anticipating what's coming next, or planning what to do next, or thinking about how your playing sounds, I want you to immediately stop and step away from your theremin and just wait about 5 or 6 seconds. Then start over. I recommend doing this exercise at least 5 or 10 times after you've seen what it's like. Now we're going to work with 2 of your most natural body functions. Breathing in
Stand in front
and
of the
breathing out.
theremin.
We're going to play only on the exhale. So we use the inhale to get there. And this is what it looks like. Just raise your arms, fill your lungs. On the exhale, that's when the playing occurs, and you have absolutely free range to do whatever you would like. I'd like you for this first exercise to do it with your eyes closed, however, so that you deny yourself all visual reference to where things are. Just be careful you don't knock the antenna, but you'll do it. I'll show it to you once. You'll do it with me. We use the inhale, and then we play on the exhale. Please use exaggerated movements. Just go with the free flow of your movements. There is never a right or a wrong in terms of the sound, what you play, how you move. That's all free. Here we go. Now, I can keep going. You can do this for 5-10 minutes. I'd recommend at least 5. With your eyes closed, it's all up to you to just move. Just move and see what happens. It's that simple. The second part of the exercise is to use the inhale to play and the exhale as your build. First, we used the inhale, played on the exhale. Now we're going to use the exhale and then play on the inhale. Here we go. I like to start by taking an inhale, exhaling, and then using the next inhale. Here we are. Well, you can lose your balance a little bit when your eyes are closed. However, that's the general idea. And here's the thing. Do this 5 or 6 times, and then ask yourself honestly, what were you thinking of when you were moving? Probably nothing. Probably the movement was just happening. And that's the place you want to be. So, you've had your first experience of playing without trying.